Picture this. You're 5 years old. Your mom just told you to clean your room. But instead of doing that perfectly reasonable thing, you decide to climb the tallest bookshelf in the house. Why? Because it's there. Because cleaning rooms is for quitters. And honestly, because gravity is just a suggestion. Congratulations, tiny human. You've just unlocked the same logic that makes fully grown adults spend $70,000 and risk actual death climbing a frozen death trap called Mount Everest. Yes, Everest. A place so hostile that your own body will happily start eating itself. A place where the air is thinner than your patience when someone chews loudly. A place where people pay more money than most folks make in 2 years just to maybe, possibly, survive while stepping over actual frozen corpses. And yet, every year, hundreds of perfectly rational adults line up like it's the world's most expensive, most terrifying theme park ride. So, why? Why do accountants from Ohio and dentists from Nebraska look at a 29,000-foot pile of ice and rock and think, yeah, that seems like a Tuesday well spent? Buckle up, because the answer is weirder than a raccoon doing yoga in a kiddie pool. Let's start with the obvious. Mount Everest is tall. Really, really tall. If mountains had feelings, every other mountain would need therapy. It's the tallest thing on the planet that isn't a skyscraper, or your Uncle Larry's ego. And humans, bless our tiny monkey hearts, have ancient programming that goes, see tall thing, climb tall thing. Toddlers climb furniture. Teenagers climb water towers. Adults climb corporate ladders. We're basically sophisticated monkeys who never quite outgrew our tree climbing phase. Here's a plot twist. For most of history, Everest wasn't even known as the tallest mountain. Locals called it Chomolungma, goddess mother of the world. Pretty epic, right? Then some British surveyors showed up in the 1800s with fancy measuring tools and egos the size of the Himalayas. Suddenly everyone realized, oh snap, that one's the biggest 1 foot taller than its neighbor, and boom, instant fame. 1 foot. That's all it took to go from just another mountain to the Mount Everest. Humans went absolutely bananas. It was like someone just announced the final boss level of Earth. People wanted to be the first player to conquer it, not because it was beautiful or sacred or meaningful. Number. It was famous because it won the height lottery. 1 foot, folks, 1 foot. Explain this to a 5-year-old, and they'd look at you like you lost your mind. And honestly, you have, if you're about to climb Everest. But here's where it gets stranger. Being tall isn't even the hard part. There are mountains way more dangerous than Everest. Technical, remote, guaranteed to kill you mountains. But nobody cares about those. Everest wins the spotlight because it's the tallest kid in the class. Popularity contests, folks. It's human nature. And most climbers? They're not even really climbing. They're paying other humans to basically carry them up. Imagine wanting to learn how to ride a bike. So you hire someone to strap you to their back while they pedal, and then brag about how good you are at biking. Except instead of a bike, it's a deathly cold, oxygen-starved mountain. And instead of $5, it costs more than a house. Everest has become extreme tourism for people who think regular tourism isn't dangerous or expensive enough. Buy your gear, hire guides, train for months, get dragged up a mountain while trying not to die. Voila. Instant bragging rights. Here's the psychological kicker. Strip away the gear, the guides, the Instagram selfies, and what you have is basically the world's most elaborate participation trophy. Remember being 5 and Jimmy climbed the jungle gym first? You had to climb it too, not because you wanted to, but because Jimmy did. Now Jimmy is a hedge fund manager, the jungle gym costs 70 grand, and might freeze your fingers off. But the logic is identical. And the mountain? It doesn't care. Everest is the ultimate indifferent parent. It doesn't care that you spent 2 years training. It doesn't care about your mortgage. It doesn't care that your LinkedIn followers expect epic content. It's just a mountain, being tall and scary and completely unbothered. Climbers will tell you they're conquering Everest for noble reasons. Honoring a grandmother, raising money for charity, testing human limits, finding their true selves. Sure, maybe. Mostly though. Because everyone else is doing it. Humans are sophisticated sheep with opposable thumbs and credit cards. It's the same reason people wait 3 hours for mediocre food, buy expensive handbags that look identical to cheaper ones, or pay $40 for a bottle of wine that tastes like $8 wine. Humans are bad at wanting things for ourselves. We want things because other people want them. We climb mountains because other people climb mountains. Everest has become the ultimate luxury product for those who already have it all. Fancy car? Check expensive watch? Check big house? Check what's left? Conquer the tallest mountain in the world. Instant bragging rights, Instagram glory, and dinner party conversation starter. Everest is the ultimate status symbol, except instead of carrying your wallet, it carries your ego to 29,032 feet. And the actual experience? Miserable. People describe it as the worst camping trip ever, only with constant risk of death. cold, exhausted, can't breathe, everything hurts, surrounded by garbage and human waste, paying top dollar for the privilege, like leaving the worst restaurant in town and writing a 5-star review because it's supposed to be the best. So there you have it. Mount Everest explained for a 5-year-old. Humans climb the world's deadliest mountain because it's there, because other people said they couldn't, and because sometimes humans make very expensive, very dangerous, and completely nonsensical decisions. The mountain keeps sitting there, indifferent. Humans keep lining up, suffering, and spending ridiculous amounts of money to prove points no one asked them to prove. At the end of the day, Everest isn't about mountains. It's about humans being weird, competitive, and utterly ridiculous. And somehow, that's kind of beautiful. Just maybe stick to jungle gyms.